Yes, sir.
Okay, so what's up? I'm Paradoxic. I'm going to be doing a playthrough of Crow's Nest and trying to stop and explain each one of the strats used to speedrun it on Legendary. I'm not going to go through IL strats, this is just going to be full game. And I'm also not going to explain things like slide jumping, or frag boosting, or gravity hammer jumping, or gravity hammer box launching. For all those kind of things, there are other videos that explain it, and I'll put a link in the description to a video I did showing how much time each one of those techniques saves.
Truth could have landed anywhere.
I'm just gonna go through this level and try and play it as though you would play it full game with consistency strats. And I'm gonna stop and explain the different ones as I go. So let me pull up my notes here, and then we'll get started. Okay, so at the beginning of the level, when it opens up, you're here, and you're gonna run up this staircase. And just as the bottom of the staircase leaves my field of view is when I jump. Basically, you're going to jump down here. But there's a trick you can do to save a very, very minimal amount of time, where you tap the railing and it stops your sideways, like it makes you drop faster. Let's see if I get it. I don't think I got it there. Try it one more time.
Sorry for the...
No, I didn't get it there either. Okay, regardless. When you come down here, you need to pick up a BR, and you can pick it up from this rack. But if you want to try and stay as far right as possible as you can while still being able to pick up the BR, if you walk straight at this line here, you will pick up the BR. But if there's a point where you're not close enough. Where is it? Yeah. Okay, so if you only go this far, and then you turn, so you make your corner really tight, you won't pick up the BR. So either run all the way into the thing, which loses time, or when you run in, instead of running at that, run kind of midway through this thing, and then turn, and you'll pick up both the BR and the AR. So, together, see if I can get railing tap this time. No, way too far out. But I'm going to run for the middle, turn. Oh, I dropped. Okay. So, try and pick up the BR. Go close enough. Okay, I might have gotten railing tap. It's hard to tell. Okay, pick up the BR, hit this button. You're going to run through that doorway, try and strafe left to the cone, and as you come here, jump over that so that you're walking in more of a straight line from this door to this door. And then up here. Coming around here, again, trying to walk in relatively straight lines. As you come around this corner, you can sometimes get blocked by these guys. So one strat you can do is... Oh my god, I didn't get any checkpoints. One strat you can do is shoot the guard, shoot the Marine, rather, and he will get out of your way or die. And sometimes he'll drop grenades, which can be useful. So here we go. See if I can get the shot. I almost got it, but I stopped him moving, which is important. As you walk through here, notice there's a pickup, what are they called? A frag grenade set here. That's important because we're going to need that later. Now as we come through this door, the first really hard movement strat on this level comes up. At the end of the doorway, you can do a jump so that you bounce your head off the roof and then do a slide jump off this set of stairs. I'm going to showcase this, just a concept here. When you hit a roof in Halo 3, you normally just drop down like that. But if you time a crouch jump correctly, you can bounce your head off the ceiling and drop faster. I didn't get it that time. I got it that time. So, it's really hard to get it perfect, but at the end of this door, if you jump and hit your head, you have to hit it on this one, not on this one. Jump and hit your head on this one without hitting this bar. Do the bounce strat where you crouch as you hit the ceiling. Slide off this, and you can slide down that way into that corridor. It's really hard. No. I hit the thing. Almost.
Chief? Good. This channel is secure. My
One more try.
teams are spread thin. We can't hold out forever.
No.
I need that hangar
Okay.
ready for evac.
Either way, another thing you can keep in mind is when you walk through doorways, slide jumps, or slide boosts, I guess, work both on the ground and on the ceiling. So, the edges of doorways here, like that, or that, you can get a slight boost off of. Like that. Probably saves, like, I don't know, 0.2 of a frame. Or, sorry, 0.2 of a second. Not a lot. There we go. That was a pretty good one. Okay. So I'm going to try it from the beginning. Let's see how that works.
Sorry for...
A perfect
Perimeter cameras.
time. That was a bad railing. I didn't get it. A perfect time here. If you get the slide jump and you get railing boost and you get everything, a perfect time would be like 18 seconds at the dialogue where Miranda says, "Chief, something secure."
Chief?
So that was a 20. So you can save 2 seconds at the beginning of that level.
Can't hold out forever.
Okay,
I need that hangar.
when you get here, don't jump over this like you do on easy. You want to walk around it because you want a checkpoint. That checkpoint right there. This is just for full game. It makes it easier. So you have a checkpoint in case you fail the hallways. So when I do the hallways, I headshot all 3 grunts, and then I use 2 grenades, frag grenades. The faster you are in this hallway, the easier it is. So, 1, 2, 3. Pick this up. 1 grenade here to throw them off to the right, and then another grenade off the top to kill as many as I can. Charge this up and take him out. And you notice, when you kill a brute, the grunts around him will flee. They'll freak out. And you can kill the brute, and that will cause all the other grunts to freak out and run away so they don't kill you. And then, to do the next hallway, you just need to headshot all of the jackal carbines at the end so that they can't hit you. Sometimes the brute will drop a bubble shield, which is useful. Okay, so they all freak out. Oh god, I did that wrong. So sometimes you can use frag strats like that. Ideally, you don't want to use your frag grenades. Sometimes you have to. And we're through that. So, this next section is the hangar clear, and many people might kind of find this section hard. The important thing is when I go down into when I get into the hangar, you want to drop down to the floor because there's a trigger that spawns in the phantoms to come in. Also pay attention to how I clear the enemies in the hangar. When you first walk in, there will be grunts on the left and jackals coming up the stairs on your right. I shoot a fusion coil to try and take out some grunts, and then I throw a grenade to take out some jackals. So we'll see that right now. So I have a frag, take out those guys, and try and take out jackals, but I didn't get any. So I'm still just trying to make my way down to the floor and take out these enemies. Because I didn't get any jackals, I'm going to turn around and see where they are. Okay, they're up there. Let's see if I get a different spawn this time. 1. Okay, the jackals are already too far to the right, so I don't need to worry about them. My marines will take care of them. Sometimes, if jackals follow you down, I shoot that to kill jackals, and then I'm going to go ahead and clear out all of the fusion coils because I don't want those to blow up later and ruin my day. If this happens, you need to kill the other jackal inside the bubble shield. And now just go ahead and take out the remaining enemies here. Wow, this is terrible. I'm sorry. Okay. So, this was a pretty slow clear. So I don't have enough time to run up top and get BR ammo. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the next wave of enemies using, for the most part, melee only. I pick up a deployable cover because I want one later. And I'm also going to, on the way down, I'm going to take a look at where the grenades are on the floor of the hangar. If there are any plasmas just lying in the center, I'm going to try and leave them there because I want to pick them up on my way out of the hangar. I don't see any, but... So, we are going to BR these first set of grunts as they come down. And then, melee once, back smack, and we're going to stand here to cause the next wave of enemies to fall... Oh, he didn't. Okay, that's fine. We dealt with it. Now we can drop down and get the BR ammo down here. We want to try and stay up here quickly, though, because when you're up here... I don't know if I got it. Standing up top causes the next wave to come in faster. About 2 seconds faster. It's not a lot. So we're going to clear 1, 2, 3, almost. And then kill this turret because it has massive auto-aim. And I like to hit the brute first, and then grenade. So one jackal fell down. Now I'm backing up, and I'm paying attention to the hole in the grate on the ground. And the reason I'm paying attention to that is because there's going to be 3 grunts that drop down out of the Phantom. You want to prioritize the third grunt that drops down, because he can sometimes fall into the basement, like fall through the hole in the grates, and fall into the basement, and then you can't get at him. So you want to hit him, ideally, as he's falling with a headshot. Is that all my notes here? Yes. 1, 2, fuck. Okay, so I missed him. That's exactly what I was talking about. But I'm going to run away anyways and see if we get the Marines to take care of things. If you run here and you don't get a screen shake, it means there are still enemies alive. So if you don't get it, there we go. So that's the screen shake. That means all the enemies are dead and we can keep going. At this point, I'm going to take a look at my grenade count. Right there. Above me. And that grenade count, yes. And I ideally want to have exactly what I've got right here. 2 plasmas, 2 spikes, and the frag count doesn't matter because you can pick up more frags later. But what we're going to do is go and pick up this guy's brute shot, and then run back through this hallway. Oh, I can't do truck boost. Okay, sometimes that truck is alive and you can do a grenade boost off it. If you don't have plasmas, this hallway is your last opportunity to pick up plasma grenades. So even though it's slower, if you don't have plasmas, make sure to actually comb through this hallway and double check that you have all of the grenades. There's a really hard jump that you can chain here, where you jump... I didn't get it, and I knocked over this barrel. You can jump over this crate, land on the barrel, and then curve the barrel around the corner, so it saves like half a second, or 0.2 frames, who knows. Alright. So coming in here, as you enter drone room coming up, the grenade refill pack that we saw earlier in the run is sitting on our right. And we want to, if you don't have frag grenades, you want to pick up frag grenades from that refill pack. And we're going to run forwards and bounce a grenade off the floor at the base of the stairs to kill this set of buggers. So I do that again. If we don't bounce the grenade, you'll see what happens. This guy gets picked up by some drones.
Coming out of the vents.
The drones freak out.
Light him up! Light him up!
And then you'll see drones start coming out of there. And you just saw another set spawn, right? So that set of drones spawning is tied to the number of drones dying in the first wave. So once a certain number, I think 4 or 3 die, then that set spawn. But you can skip that spawn by killing all 5 drones in the first wave with 1 grenade. And it saves, I don't know, 2 seconds or something like that, because you don't have to deal with them. So we're going to see if we get it.
Sir, this way.
Look! Coming out of the vents.
No, so they spawned and they were there. I'm going to try it one more time.
Sir, this way.
Look! Coming out of the vents.
Okay, that time I got it.
Light him up!
Now we're going to throw down a deployable cover here,
Sergeant?
and you can shoot out of the deployable cover, and I just aim straight at where the enemies are coming out. My Marines will take care of everything else. In this game, these shields here, human weapons can shoot through this side, but can't shoot through this side, and Covenant weapons can't shoot through either side. So, for this next section, make sure you grab a plasma pistol, and then you want to melee as you go through this door. You're going to delay a checkpoint, and follow my path exactly. You want to delay a checkpoint to here. There's the checkpoint. That checkpoint is outside of the trigger volume that spawns the enemies in the next room. And the reason we want that checkpoint is that we're going to be able to revert to that checkpoint if the chieftain in the next room spawns with a flare, which he sometimes can. So we're going to hit the button, and then continue meleeing or jumping to make sure that you don't get a secondary checkpoint, because now we've activated the spawns in this room. And you want to fire this before you get to the top of that staircase. Top of that ramp. So you see how he dropped the invincibility, and now I pick this up. So I'm going to point out the ramp thing one more time. You'll notice as you walk... Okay, I gotta melee to delay checkpoints. So you'll notice as I walk through this room, there's this ramp set of stairs here, right? If you release at the top of the stairs, you'll... Oh, he had a flare. Nice. If you release your plasma pistol at the top of the staircase, the plasma pistol will hit the chieftain, and then you'll BR the chieftain, but you'll still be walking forwards, and you'll hit a trigger to cause the entire screen in the room to shake, and that stumbles the brutes. You want to try and use that stumble animation to avoid taking damage. So fire off the plasma pistol shot before you get to the top of that ramp, and that should give you enough time to fire off 3 shots, kill the thingamajig. What's he called? Kill the chieftain, and then you can take on the rest of them and just run by them while the stumble animation is still playing. So let's try one more time. Again, delaying checkpoints. Because we don't want to get a checkpoint in this room.
A fresh scent.
Good. Stumble animation's good. Don't get blocked. And you're going to run through here. If you don't have spike grenades, you can hammer some of those guys to get spikes. And then we're going to drop down this hole. I'm going to show 2 different methods to set up the Great Launch. Oh, can I? I might get a checkpoint. That'd be annoying. Okay, I'm going to show the easy way. There's one way that's slightly harder, but faster by like half a second. But I'm not as good at it, so I'm going to do my technique. So I'm going to drop down and hold left as I fall down the hole, and then crouch at the edge of the grate where this black line meets the edge of the grate and throw a grenade and then jump to get out of the way of the grate as it flings up against the wall. So fall down, holding left, there's the black line, crouch, grenade, jump, and I'm going to push the grate into the wall, jump up, and swing on my way down. Oh, that was terrible. Let's see if I get a better one. Sometimes these rocks here get in the way of the grate going up flush with the wall, and that will change how you have to launch off the grate. So the more at an angle the grate is, like that, the lower down on the grate you have to swing. So if I swing when I'm too high, oops, then I hit the roof. If I swing when I'm way up there, I miss the grate. So I have to swing on the way down, still while holding in towards the grate, but that way I get out. When you fall down this thing, in full games, to get a checkpoint faster, you can switch to your BR and help Arby take out one or two of these guys. We'll get a checkpoint, and then just great launch across the chasm. Then we're going to jump inside the elevator and go take a look at Arby. Just watch him doing nothing. Okay. So we're going to activate the elevator and jump and stand on the back half of this. Now the jump here is tied to an audio cue. So when Hocus says movement, she says, "Ma'am, I've got movement." After she finishes saying movement is when you time the jump. And you want to try and jump through the hole in the outside of the elevator.
Ma'am, I've got movement above the envelope.
Nice. Now, look up. There's going to be a brute jumping off the top. You want to BR him to take him out, and then there's another brute that's going to jump down in exactly the same place, and you want to stick him with a spike grenade.
They've got jump pads. They're going after the thrusters. Shake them up, Lieutenant.
So there's one. There's the other one. Switch to stickies, and we're going to throw one there and one there, and throw one more to take out as many enemies as we can. Ah, I died. This brute fight is very hard. Well, it's hard to do and go fast. There is slower strats, which simply be stay up there and take on the brutes as they come out. So let's try it again. This is also, in my opinion, the hardest part of the level.
Ma'am, I've got movement above the envelope. Brutes. They've got jump pads. They're going after the thrusters. Shake them up,
one.
Lieutenant.
Oh, okay, so a brute killed himself there. So now we have, we're actually... Oh, I forgot to mention. These brutes here, their spawn is tied to... Oh my god. Their spawn is tied to 2 brutes below on the ground dying. So when you kill 2 brutes, it spawns this wave up here. Sometimes, so what happened? Ooh, what happened there was a brute killed himself by accident, likely sticking himself or something like that. And so if you see that the spike grenade damage, area of effect and stuff like that, be prepared because the wave up top is going to be spawning in earlier than originally anticipated.
Ma'am, I've got movement above the envelope. Brutes. They've got jump pads. They're going after the thrusters. Shake them up, Lieutenant.
Okay. I don't know where the... Oh, he's underneath us. Okay. So we're going to run in here, and you really need to pick up the invisibility here because you'll need it for later on. Jump down. We're trying to catch the brutes as they spawn. So that one could have been executed better, but I was trying to talk and do things at the same time. Normally, brutes come out of this, just like you've probably seen in an IL, and you would take out these brutes as they come. After that, there's just a couple brutes remaining. Oh wait, I'm doing safe strats for right now. Dodge, and... Oh. Okay. Oh, there's one more. So, once you kill all of the brutes, you get a loading done. That loading done starts a timer, and, oh, one sec, let me scroll through my notes. That starts a timer, and these doors at the end of the hallway are going to open up soon. Once the brute fight is done, the first thing you want to do is check your hammer ammo. If you want at least 4 swings left, which is 16, or 15 if you get the 0 swing glitch. But we don't know perfectly how to replicate that yet, so 16 minimum. There's a frag grenade on the ground in front of me. You want to pick that up because you're going to use it to clear the next wave of enemies. This frag grenade, bounce it just above the red line on the wall. Right here. And then walk through.
Go! I'll cover you.
I'm going to walk through this corner. And you need to keep an eye on your grenade count here. So I have no grenades. In order to clear bomb room, with the strat that I use, I need at least one. Well, actually, really for any clear of bomb room, you want at least 1 grenade. So, there are 3 kind of main places to pick up grenades. You can grab this one here. Doesn't matter what type of grenade. You can grab that grenade there. And then there's one more in the next area. Also, fun fact, these security cameras have a scariness factor for enemies, like grunts and things like that. And if you don't know what scariness factor is, I will link a video talking about scariness factor when I make it. So, we have a Cortana moment.
Of Earth and all her...
And the next thing we're going to do is a hammer launch through this hallway. So, I'm going to do a hammer launch to show it, and then I'm just going to show you where the other grenade pickup point is, and then I will play it for real. So you hammer launch through here. The other grenade pickup point is right here, so you can pick up grenades here if you need to. But I have some, so I won't do that.
Fastest way to the op center is the way I came in, Chief.
And activate camo here and just run on through this section. It skips all of this. It makes it significantly easier than trying to fight it. But you can fight it if you want to. It is possible. Now, I melee once, jump, melee again, hit the button. We're delaying a checkpoint, that one right there, because we want, it's just nice to have the door open. So, for my bomb room, I'm going to show 2 different bomb room strats. My bomb room strat is to launch off the box, hit the bomb, throw a grenade at the guy on the turret, and then when I get to the top of the lower set of stairs, when I get to the top of this bottom staircase right here, as I'm walking backwards from the bomb, I will do a gravity hammer backwards jump. So let's see if I can... So ideally you don't want to take damage. When you throw a grenade at that guy, he gets off the turret. Top of the staircase... Oh, I got bumped. Top of the stairs.
That did it.
I don't think I did it.
Bomb's armed.
Well, I kind of made it. You want to try and land right in that bottom section.
That did it, Chief.
Did I make it?
Bomb's armed.
Oh, I was so close to making it over this railing. The backwards jump is kind of hard, but I want to show it just so you can see what it looks like. It's also, I think it's in my IL at least. I didn't get a good enough launch to do this.
That did it, Chief. Bomb's armed.
Okay,
Got your exit.
that time I made it.
In the hangar.
So that's what that looks like.
Downstairs.
An easier strat is this. So when you do this strat, you want to break line of sight with all of the enemies. So if any of the enemies, you can't, as long as you can't see them, they can't see you essentially. So we're gonna run here, jump off, throw a frag grenade to get him off the turret, hit that,
That did it, Chief. Bomb's armed.
and leave bomb room.
Service elevator in the hangar.
As you go through this next section,
Stairs. Cut.
make sure to go left around this pillar here, because these guys will take you out otherwise. Well, they can. Then, if you need frag grenades for this next section, grab some here. Otherwise, you can, so I talked about doorway bumps earlier, where you bump through a doorway. You can chain a doorway bump off that doorway with a frag off this wall, and also a brute or a hammer strike if you're lucky, but it's hard to do. Did I get it? I got it ish. Okay. Now you want at least one piece of thing empty in your BR, and then you want to delay a checkpoint, because you're going to do drone fly next. The secret to drone fly is to wait for about half a second right at this doorway, and then walk forwards. That stops the grunts from noticing you early, and then just drone fly through. I've got lots of hammer ammo, so I'm going to try a quick speed strat here. Okay, it kind of worked.
The best we can make.
You want to shoot a BR shot at the base of this box here, like that, just one burst. And then to do this launch, put your left hip into this box, aim up a little ways, and hammer. Oops. And then just walk to the end. So yeah, that's it. Feel free to come up with your own strats for brute fight if you think you have something that's faster or more consistent. But that's the Covenant.
This place will become your tomb.